standard of care that you're talking about, um, I think there is a huge lack of understanding of what that actually is. And people, in the industry, they don't read those. We don't read those things as far as the actual standard of care, the S500 book, the S520 book. We don't really we go to the 3-day class, and it's it's here's your certificate. Go out and save the world. And we don't go back. We don't study those things. They can't give it all to you in 3 days, number
Mhm.
one. And so they get the certification, but they don't do anything about farther training
Right.
and moving beyond that. And I think I would say the entire industry in itself has a huge lack of training when
Let
it comes
me
to water
also
training.
interject something is that as I talk to you a bit offline, there's not anyone, and once again, I'll say it publicly, and I'm sure I'll get challenged on it somewhere, and I don't care, that, yeah, there's no one done more research about the industry than me. And what I came from the financial industry. I was in mortgage and finance for over 2 decades. And in my industry, when you went to when you went to social media or you went somewhere, we all have the same liability. Every one of us.
Absolutely.
We all had the same set of standards that was set forth by the federal government. I'm not saying that the federal government needs to get involved in restoration, but we believe that if I took a loan application or if I put information down on a loan app, it needed to be accurate. It need no fraud. But the one thing that I saw is that training was so disjointed, and I really was shocked when I was going through my case and I was doing all the research for my own trial. There was that document called the S500 and the S520. I was literally blown away. So I got the copy and I read it, and I'm like, and then stores shall, and then stores should, and store may, and all this language came up, and I'm like, this exists, you know? And I could not believe it. I'm an emotional guy, Kenny.
Yeah.
I cry a lot.
Yeah.
I do things, and it was very hard for me to understand that the owner of a restorer company to tell me at deposition and at trial that um, that our loss was small. When I was having 13 seizures a day and couldn't talk, my daughters were bleeding through their skin, and of course, it is what it is. We survived it. We moved on.
Wow.
But that's why I cannot believe for the life of me that somebody would not take a course like Dave's and it changed the game for them. I totally agree with that terminology. It'll change the game for them in a way of financial. They'll make more money. Uh,
100%.
they'll make more. They'll have more peace.
Yeah.
They'll fight more battles. It'll get a little tougher because all of a sudden you're standing there with a sledgehammer, and a velvet hammer at the same time. And there's so many things that Dave points out in his training that I never in a million years would have figured out. And I've sat through a lot of courses online from a lot of great reputable trainers out there,
Yeah.
and every single one of them, it never talks about stuff in the standard of
No.
care,
No.
and it never talks about that practical application. I'm not. I'm saying that there is a huge place for that, but this training is. Would you agree that this training, if you're not serious, don't waste your time?
100%. I agree with that. If you're
Okay.
not serious, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
And it's to me, it's you have to be able to think outside. Think a little bit different. And if you're a very passionate person about what you do, everyone, if you're taking this type of course, you should want as you can. You have to master what you do. There's a lot of public adjusters out there, right? And I think we're all different. But I can tell you this, I don't think there's anybody out there that's more passionate than I am about this.
Yeah, because
And that's what Dave brings to the table.
and I agree with what you're saying, and I can feel the passion over, through the screen. As I wish I'd have had a guy like you behind me in my case. I wish I'd have had somebody like you that would come in and go, "Oh no, senor, hey, put those screws back in that wood. Look
Uh,
at that. Look how wet it is." And then I wouldn't have had to go through what I've gone through, and that's why the commitment to helping Dave get this course, up and running, to get it in the public so people can see it. I've talked to a lot of instructors around the world, and like I said, I'm very fortunate to have some good connections and some good
yeah.
friends in the industry. And not too many people know about him. You know, not too many people know about what he does. So hopefully we can change that. We can couple training with the IICRC courses that people do have, and make it to where when they walk onto a job that they see things from a different light. And that's kind of what I'm picking up from you. Is that about right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And you're just viewing it from a different perspective.
Okay.
You're not just seeing the obvious. You're way beyond that. You're seeing other things.
What is the, you talk about a game changer.